here we are with Professor Lewis, and I was thinking, you mentioned the legendary Sheikh Harun al-Rashid during your speech. Yeah, from the 1001 Nights. Do you think that
he was a reality.
Yeah, he's an actual character.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think that a person like him could be compared to Major General David Petraeus?
Major General?
David Petraeus,
I don't know who you mean.
the chief army in Iraq. American.
Oh, Petraeus. No. This is quite a different situation, a different time. I don't think one can make any valid comparison there. No. I think it's an intellectual game, but it's amusing, but it's also misleading.
Yeah, because Harun al-Rashid was really a leader.
I mean, there's the Harun al-Rashid who appears in the 1001 Nights. That's a fictional character. But there was a real Harun al-Rashid who was the caliph in Baghdad and the head of the Muslim state and community.
Do you think that a person like him is needed right now in Baghdad?
No, I don't think so. I think we can't go back to the early Middle Ages. We have to do things in accordance with our time. And I think that there's a possibility. I think the great mistake that was made when we went into Iraq was trying to move too fast. I mean, a general election is not the inauguration, it's the culmination of a process of democratization. Starting with one right at the beginning, looking back, I think it was a mistake. Even so, it was surprising to me how well it worked. You had these general elections under threat of terror. You had Iraqis, men and women, standing and waiting in line, knowing that they were risking their lives every moment they did so in order to vote. I mean, ask yourselves, in your country or in mine, how many people would vote in an election if they knew they might be killed by doing so?
Yeah, not so many. Look, how can the Western face the fundamentalist threat? Would you advise to use soft power and diplomacy, or do you think that sometimes the use of force is unavoidable?
Well, there are times in history when the use of force is unavoidable. Certainly, I mean, that was the case with Hitler. I mean, we have people now who very much favor the Chamberlain approach. Well, we know what happened to Chamberlain's approach and where it led. That was what gave the previously innocent word appeasement a bad name. There are advocates of that now, but I don't think that works. It may be possible, I hope it will be possible, to avoid the military approach, but if that becomes necessary, yes, we may have to resort to it.
For example, the toppling of Saddam Hussein was a major achievement for the US, but sometimes people tend to forget that.
Yes, it was a major achievement, but unfortunately, it created an opportunity which was lost. I mean, after the first Iraq war, when Saddam Hussein was defeated but remained in power, the northern part of the country, roughly 1/4 of the country under the population, was not under Saddam's control. It was ruled by a local authority. And for the years that followed, the years in between the first and second Iraq wars, that northern zone was free, independent, democratic, and prosperous. And we could have done something to expand that to the rest of Iraq. But that was an opportunity that was lost. But what it did demonstrate is that a functioning, orderly, civilized regime is possible in that country.
Professor Lewis, thank you so much for this. Goodbye.